they have to be fed.
Okay.
Pardon me. So that requires grain. And so in addition to the poultry having to be fed, we don't want them eating our worms. We have to feed these worms, and they need hay.
Okay.
So we have to have about 3,000 hectares in total to do everything that's required. That will provide a complete self-contained village that has its own means of producing income and producing products that will be exported off of this agronomy project. We call it an agronomy project.
What's hectares equivalent to?
That is what I was
A
when you say hectares, translate that into acres.
2.47 acres.
How much?
2.47 acres.
2.47 acres.
That's correct.
Oh, that's not a
It's
whole
about
lot.
2.5 acres.
About 2.5
Yeah, that's not a whole lot of
No.
Right.
Okay.
No,
It's because
and-
I'm thinking 393,000 hectares. What does that translate into? But yeah, 2.4 acres is more something that I can relate to. And I'm like, well, it's not a huge expanse. Okay. Now, quickly though, football size, football
Field, like a football
how many
field.
of those is there?
Okay. What in designing this, the house that we've set out, and you'll see a drawing of that on page 29 in your booklet.
Okay.
That house is about 1,100 square feet, just to keep it in terms of square feet so people recognize what we're talking about. The lot is 150 feet long and 150 feet wide. So you're talking essentially 50 meters square. That's a very large lot. It's almost a half acre. And that half acre lot then allows the owner of that lot residing in that house to have his own garden system. He doesn't have to be restricted to working for the garden or working in the poultry plant or working in the industrial park or the logging mill or the wastewater treatment or the ethanol plant or the feed mill. He can be making his own income on his own little piece of property and becoming an individual entrepreneur, providing additional food for himself
Food
and
independence.
selling it for the market.
Independence and empowerment.
And so whatever we produce in the high capacity greenhouses, that can be more than doubled by the operation of these gardens in the homes on these lots, on these personal private lots. And so the ability then to ship food from this little area out to the nation, out to the national cities, the big markets, is very extensive. It's a real opportunity for income to be produced by folks that don't have to have any special training.
Right. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you, because I was saying like, if somebody wants to duplicate this in any country,
Yes.
do you have a mechanism that would give them training, or
we're-
something that would, you know,
Yeah.
That's what we're working on.
Our plan is to build a demonstration and research and development farm in Ashland County, Ohio, on a small acreage there. And the purpose of that is that it's right on a major highway. It's got high visibility and it's got lots of water, which we'll intend to use for geothermal heating. Another unit we're planning is at Licking County, Ohio, just a little bit east of Columbus, about 30 minutes from the central portion of northern Columbus. And that farm, both of those farms will be set up so that they can receive people from Africa or from Columbus or from Cincinnati or from Covington. Anyone who wants to come can come and be trained in the use of this equipment and in the vermicastings operations.
And we want to train people also that can go back to their own countries and
Yeah.
be trainers to show people how to do
The
it.
reason why I'm
Exactly.
asking
We're
this,
not asking them all to come over here and learn.
No.
No, we
But-
want to train people to go back,
go back
there
up there.
To go back.
that
to teach.
And one thing that I was actually thinking of is how about maybe if it's possible or doable to set up a prototype in I mean, you're talking about Nigeria here, so whether it's Nigeria or any other African country, set up a prototype
Absolutely.
and have it looked at and studied, and then people in that country and around will come and look at it. And
This whole
That's precisely
program,
what we're
right.
trying to do.
Okay.
We want to establish a model institution
Uh-huh.
where people can come in and do that. And in addition, in this little industrial park, we hope we're going to train people to manufacture our products there
Okay.
for the African market.
Okay.
We also believe that these house slabs, these construction slabs that we talked about,
Okay.
can be built right there in Africa. They should be built there in Africa. We checked into manufacturing in this country and shipping finished slabs over there. The cost of transportation exceeds the value of the product.
That's very
And
expensive.
so we can ship the raw materials, the fly ash, because it's readily available over in eastern Ohio by the millions of tons. And the automotive fluff is available throughout the Middle West. Cardboard is another product that can be used in this material to form the composite concrete. And so all of this material is readily available here as a waste material, and in some cases we'll be paid for taking it away and putting it in containers to ship it to Africa.
Well, that's wonderful.
So it's a good thing to do.
That's
Well,
a good.
it's
That's a
cast
win-win
off- It's
situation.
cast off things that people have to pay to discard now.
Well, I mean, this is very interesting stuff. I'm really impressed by what you put together. Now, one of the things, again, that one last question that I have, well, not certainly not the very last, but for now, I mean, where people live, it's kind of a culturally where they